Everyone thought the first day of school would be just like any other. Same hallways. Same bells. Same kids ruling the place like they owned it. But no one expected Mr. Danner. He walked in with a quiet kind of confidence, the kind that didn't need to shout or slam doors to be heard. Clean-shaven, early 30s, in a plain white shirt, he looked more like someone's older brother than a teacher. Some students chuckled under their breath, already marking him as an easy target. The trouble started within minutes. As he started writing his name on the board, a paper airplane zipped past his ear. He ignored it. Then came the fake coughs, the whispered insults, the mock applause. You could almost hear the bullies grinning. And there were 3 of them, always together. Kyle, with the fake charm and cruel jokes. Trent, the muscle who laughed at everything Kyle said. And Julia, whose words cut deeper than any fist ever could. Together, they'd made it their mission to break every teacher who dared to care. But Mr. Danner didn't take the bait. He just turned around, smiled slightly, and said, "So, this is the game." The class quieted. No one expected that. Kyle grinned. "What game?" Mr. Danner walked slowly between the desks, stopping near Kyle. "The game where you test how much a person can take before they snap. The one where you hide behind jokes and noise so no one notices what's really going on inside." Now the room was dead silent. Kyle laughed, but it cracked around the edges. "What, are you a shrink?" "No," Mr. Danner said. "Just someone who's played this game before. And won." That's when it shifted. He turned to the board and drew a circle. Inside, he wrote, pain. Then another, shame. Then a third, fear. And finally, anger. He looked back at the class. These are the weapons people use when they feel powerless. When you don't know how to ask for help, you make others bleed so you don't feel so alone in your pain. I know. I used to be you. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't threaten detentions or send anyone to the office. But the words hit like a freight train. Trent looked away. Julia blinked too fast. And Kyle, for the first time, Kyle looked like a kid again. Not the cool, snarky rebel. Just a kid with eyes that had seen too much. And then Mr. Danner did something no one expected. He sat on the edge of his desk and told them his story. He told them about growing up with a father who never once said, "I'm proud of you," only, "Why isn't this better?" He told them about being the kid who mocked others so no one would see how scared he was to go home. He talked about being suspended, expelled, forgotten, until one teacher, just one, stood up for him. "She saw me," he said. "And once I knew someone actually saw me, not the noise I made, not the damage, I wanted to become someone worth seeing." You could have heard a pin drop. Then Julia, the sharp-tongued queen of cruelty, raised her hand. Her voice barely rose above a whisper. "What happened to the teacher?" Mr. Danner smiled, soft and sad. "She died my senior year. Cancer. I never got to say thank you. That's why I'm here. For her. For the kids like me. And for the ones like you, who are trying to figure out who they are in the middle of all this chaos." Kyle raised his hand, almost like it weighed too much to lift. "I didn't mean," he trailed off. "I know," Mr. Danner said. "None of us mean to hurt until we do." And that was it. No lectures. No punishments. Just truth. The rest of the period passed quietly. When the bell rang, no one rushed out like usual. One by one, students filed past him, some silent, some murmuring thanks, and others just looking at him like they were seeing something unfamiliar, respect. Then, right before he could pack up his bag, Kyle came back into the room. Alone. He didn't look smug. He didn't look scared. He just looked tired. "My mom left a year ago," Kyle said. "I haven't told anyone. Not even them." Mr. Danner didn't say anything. He just nodded, like he'd already known. Kyle's voice cracked. "I think I want to change." Mr. Danner placed a hand on his shoulder. "Then start now." And he did. That year was different. The classroom became a safe place. The bullies faded into leaders, raw, imperfect, but real. And Mr. Danner? He became the teacher every student remembered, not because he taught history, but because he taught humanity. In 60 seconds, he shattered the walls around them. In 60 seconds, they saw what real strength looked like, not power, not dominance, but honesty. And by the end of the year, the same kids who once tried to break him were helping him build something better. Because sometimes, all it takes is one voice telling the truth, for others to find the courage to do the same.